Hey YouTube, welcome back, and we are back today with some more Doki Doki. I still have no idea why I was asked to play this game, but let's continue. I got my tea. Yeah, last time there was a lot of reading. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. I tried. I did try. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I do. While I'm back at the literary club, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Of course I'm the last here. I don't want to be here. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Yeah, I would rather be at home. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Wow, mean bitch. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any club this year. I didn't. I still don't, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Is that a threat? Did I get threatened? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the clubhouse. Huh. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Maybe. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys. Always gives it his best. As long as he's having fun. I'm not having any fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. What? When did I clean your room? When did I clean your room? I have never once cleaned your room. Or cooked you anything. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. If that's so, she did it on purpose. She did it on purpose. You two are really good friends, aren't you? No, I try to avoid her most days. I might be a little jealous. How come you and can become good friends too? Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situations she just put me into. Yeah, because she's a crazy bitch. Oh ho, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Yeah, get on with it. Come on, I don't have all day, never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yori, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. No, I kind of wasn't, to be fair. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It made me happy no matter what it is. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yori reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. Please tell me I don't have to read no book. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Cool. While you can read it at your own pace, I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh my god, this is too much reading. At least I got tea. Sayori and Monica. Oh, now I'm dying. Sayori. Okay, I'm ready. Right, there we go. Sayori and Monica are having a fiery conversation in the corner, yet no one's still reading a book. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Oh, never mind, Yuri's reading a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, so she bought that book. She's never read it before, has she? Ha. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry? I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Oh, she's rereading it. Or is she? I don't know anymore. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. Yes, it is. You stopped by the bookstore. Continue. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. No, I doubt it. I'm gonna put it down. It's a very nice, engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markovs. There's a obvious looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with a long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by those people who escaped from a human experiment prison. What book is this? And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. Ooh, okay. That's kind of, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You only made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Here. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Okay, time for a tea break. Oh my god. Then sugar. I'm rambling, aren't I? A little, not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fool my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literary club after all. Ha. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to? How? What you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. What the hell is this game? Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Haha. Here, this should work, right? I slid my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. What the hell am I playing? I definitely need tea. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lead in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumbs and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. What the hell is this? That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we huddle even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'd be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you have been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence, even so turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or something. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poem. Oh my god, the poem. The poem! We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri excels, spared from finishing her thoughts. It's not alright, Yuri. You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I read a little more tonight. It's be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? If you can call it that. Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Wait, we have to share to eat... to what? I can't wait. Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose left torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composed Sisson notebook. I could only see Monica's Stein handwriting from where I sit. Nasuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. I have to go through each person? Or do I just pick one? Start with Sayori then. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Oh my goodness. This is so good. Eh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I've no idea what I like either. Haha. I'm sure Yori's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Asuki. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. Really? And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Okay, she's creeping me out just a little bit now. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Hehe. I'm very happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yeah! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry. I'm really bad at this. Hee. We'll see about that. Okay. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blind in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. What? That's a poem. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yes. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Oh my god. Oh, I do have to go through them all. I guess we're on the Suki now. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Bitch! I'm here! I'm here! What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Wow! I'ma slap that hairdo off you. Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're so proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I like to read it. Wow, we told her straight. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. And she was making fun of my poem. Is she serious? Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Yeah, well, obviously, there's something wrong with us. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of a poem for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simply writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhythm at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something you are not a pro. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if the Suki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, now we're on Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Haha. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphor indicates you're writing a lot of poems before. Really? Well, a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh. Yuri starts at my Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that I just meant Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words, in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yes. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the styles and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. It's completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different schools and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and bolding them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. These are so long. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Why not? That's what clubs are for. To gossip, right? It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thoughts, process behind it. You smile dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literary club? Stupid. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ha. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'm being honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mind. Something easy to discuss, I suppose. Are you into ghost Yuri? Haha. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolical compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It doesn't really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ha, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Ha, me too. Not weird at all. Okay, last one, Monica. This is taking a while. Hi. Having a good time so far? No, I'm constantly reading poems. Yes. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, stop talking. Stop talking. Where do I write that down? Stop talking. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring them things up, okay? Okay, stop talking. Alright, I keep that in mind. Of course I'd be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that short of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I have Monica my poem. Great job. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really, I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimate you. It's easy, yes, for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolic. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and diarrhea words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feeling, or letting them deeply analyze all of the. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of style, but I've always helped you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Haha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction, the sparkle, annoys the neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I never knew I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I feel blind like a fool left out in the sun, but it's too late. Already sourced with the copy of the meaningful glass image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. And that is her poem. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you never make any progress. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good tip. Just focus yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Anytime. Can we move on now? Whew, that's over with. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is quizzing me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literary club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. The Kinsler exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrow furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolic or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Yeah, you mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Oh, they're about to be a fight. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Wow. Okay. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. So based on that, I'm glad to give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Like my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh my god, great. Great, now they're bringing me into this. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just scholars that appreciated my advice more than he... Why are they fighting over me now? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? But are you that full of yourself? No. Can you keep me out of this? If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutely. Huh. Is everyone okay? No, they're not. Someone calm it down. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as... Wow! Wow! Natsuki, that's a little... This just doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Yeah, we should go. This is getting weird. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simply writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should come out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Why? Stop getting me involved. I don't care. I want to go home and get some tea. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to comply feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it also a waste. You understand that? Why are they getting me involved? I want to be left alone. For the love of God, why am I here? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they probably think more highly of me. No, why do I have to make a decision? You know what? I'm not going to pick any. I'm going to get Sayori to help me. Natsuki glares at me, driven up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yori. But Yori's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori, here, yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. Really? Okay, so you're gonna keep on fighting and bringing me into this fight when, no, I want out of this club. Without this club, I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yori what a stuck-up jerk she's been. Oh my god. Oh, this is getting too much. She would never. If your image only that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me, are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes. Stop. Yes. Natsuki, Yori, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poem, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yori's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? That is a good question. I need tea. Go make me some tea, one of you, and stop fighting. Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yori's boobs are the same as they've always were. Big and beautiful. Oh my god. What am I? Why am I playing this? Sayori. Sayori stands. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I make some tea. Yes, make some tea! Yori rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whispered to Monica. He nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interfere. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Haha. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that's just been... Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be a hairhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. So say, get her in person, probably just make a good precedent, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I say it was worth it. It was alright, well mostly. How about you? Yeah, I say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we do the same thing to oh my god! Why? And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poem will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I don't want to impress any of them. I don't give a shit. I want out of here. I want to stay at home. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ready to walk home. Sure, let's go. Hee. Beams at me. It's true, it's been a while since Sayori and I spent time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise. They're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in this club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's hee. Every day is going to be so much fun. No, it's not though, is it? It looks like Sayori still hasn't changed onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I put Sayori on the shoulders. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as internal sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Oh my god. I have to write another poem. Well, YouTube, I'm going to leave it here because I've been reading for a while now. I still don't know why I was asked to play the game. I think we are getting more into it now. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay awesome.